Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 17. So last time we had Sukuna versus Jogo, and unfortunately we lost Jogo. He died in the battle against Sukuna. But at least we had a very, very good send-off for him, which was basically him seeing Hanami and Dagon in the afterlife, whatever that may look like for curses. Since he did say, that curses are reborn after all, but, obviously they don't have the same memories. They'll be born as someone else. So this is it for the Jogo that we know. What was like lava or volcano curse disaster. So yeah, and he was definitely the one that I felt had like the most understandable motivation, because he was the most human, I feel like. And also he was the one that I felt that cared the most for his comrades / allies. How he just seemed so hung up on Hanami's death, and then how he seemed to be mourning a little over Dagon. So yeah, they're living it all to Mahito after all. So who knows what will happen to him. I mean, Mahito didn't really care about, Jogo's true goal, which was, regardless of what happens to me, I want to make sure that, the age of curses will come and that curses will be treated basically like how people get treated. And aren't just, targets for elimination, and are treated, like their own beings. Like their own beings, but also like worthy of respect, but also I want to say sympathy as well. Of course, curses do be killing humans a lot, but at the same time, that is the nature of curses after all. So yeah, I mean, of course I'm not, with Joe on what he wants to do, but I think he definitely has had the most sympathetic cause. And I'm really glad that Sukuna, actually, I didn't ever think that he actually like kind of praised him, but he called him strong at the end. And I saw a lot of like comparisons to when Gojo called him weak. And I think it's a neat parallel. So yeah, Sukuna, I don't think Sukuna would say that if he didn't mean it. So yeah, Jogo deserved at least that much of recognition. And even though Sukuna was basically telling him, like, oh, you didn't try hard enough, you weren't like selfish enough, which is basically, yeah, something in this world. The strongest people have to be a big portion of themselves has to be selfish. Otherwise they won't survive, which is something I've noticed. But that's, I mean, look at Sukuna and Gojo. Like, yeah, Gojo isn't selfless after all. So he has to, as we've seen, take into account it cannot be saved. And also has to be accounted, for what also is good for himself. So, yeah. But we're getting a little off topic. We also saw, basically, let's call it the Geto family, basically arguing over what they should do in regards to fake Geto, whether following him means, going against what Geto stood for, or, if following him will indeed lead anyway to what Geto wanted. So I think, I don't remember the girl's name, like it was something like Mimiko and Nanako, but they were obviously against it, which I agree with their sentiment more. Then another two, a guy and a girl, were like, well, we're gonna follow him and just do whatever we think is best in regards to, what Geto wanted, which was to get rid the world of non-sorcerers. And then we had someone in the middle who was basically just, we're a family, let's not fight, and let's hope we can reunite again in the future. Which is a bit of a shame. A little, yeah. So that's obviously not gonna be possible. And then we had Fushiguro versus Toji. Obviously, Fushiguro was not gonna do anything to Toji in like a full-on, death battle. But Toji, as the fight went on, something about Fushiguro, like, he started to recognize. So he basically, that's when he asked him, what's your name? And Fushiguro said, his last name. And Toji was like, oh, so not sending, I see. I'm glad. So at the very least, Toji had some regret about what he did in regards to, trying to sell him to the Sennin clan, because he would have been more suited there, and they would have welcomed him more because he was more talented in cursed energy. But then now that he had him in front of him, he was like, oh, this was indeed for the best. Screw the Sennin clan. And he took himself out because, he shouldn't be here. He's dead after all. But also, if like the bit of clarity that he was in just went away, then Fushiguro might have died. And that's not something he wanted. So at the very least, we can say that Toji had a smidge of love, or maybe I wouldn't go that far, but he did care for Fushiguro at the very least. But things are not looking too good, as we left off with Fushiguro looking kind of dead, and the blonde guy that attacked him was freaking out. So who knows what's happening with that. But maybe Sukuna will come in and save him, since he's interested in him. And then we had a big showcase in regards to Kusakawa's personality, which I'm all for. Like I said, we needed a character like him, since there's just too many characters way too willing to fight and put their lives on the line for something like this, with very little reward other than either money or, seeing their friends are safe, or, just this is what their fate is, because of being born with cursed energy. So yeah, there's just a lot of people have various reasons to why they're sorcerers, so I would be interested to see how Kusakawa became one. But yeah, I was so worried that he would be killed by Sukuna there. But thankfully they get away, along with Panda. So yeah, this got way too long. Let's just get started. So yeah, and also just because people just tend to forget whenever an episode looks good, but never forget, fuck Manabu Otsuka. Just please treat your animators like human beings and give them more time to work on their projects, okay? That, please, do not forget that fact. That just, the MAPPA as a company is just so fucking trash, okay? So yeah, let's just do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Yuji in the hospital. Ah, it's his grandpa. Oh, Sukuna. Oh, didn't we see Thunderclap Part 2? Dog and Sokka in front of Shibuya 109. Okay. That's the first time we're being explained that, I think. Oh, we're gonna see how he ended up like that at the end of last episode. Okay. Maybe? Oh. Yo, the art style. Uraume is only kneeling on one knee, and Sukuna permits it. That's interesting. I'm curious to see what their relationship is here. What? So that's how he ended up there? Yeah, obviously he was attacked because he can't subjugate this thing. Oh, he's dead. Oh. Uh, okay. Interesting. Oh, he's healing him. Oh. I mean, this should be easy for Sukuna, right? Where did he get that cup? Oh. Damn, okay, yeah. This thing's strong. Strong. Whoa. Yo! Well, what's his name? Like, Makora? It's doing a lot better than I thought it would. I mean, it's not doing any actual damage to Sukuna, but the fact that it hasn't gone down, it's still impressive. It just puts itself back together again and again. Okay, so yeah, Fushiguro had something this dangerous inside his sleeve. But you know, of course, it comes at a really great cost. Ooh. Oh. The way the action is being animated right now reminds me of Mob Psycho 100. Ooh, whoa, this music. I mean, if it is something that could be, like, that could compete with someone with the limitless technique and the six eyes, then yeah. If Sukuna isn't holding back, I can believe that. If Fushiguro just summoned this monster to deal with the blonde guy, that would have been such overkill. Oh man, yeah, Sukuna does not give a shit about collateral damage. Whoa, this looks so clean. Um, they're doing so much. It's actually a little bit hard to tell what they're doing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what? Did Makura took down a plane? Like, why? Oh? Does it? Whoa. This goes so hard. Oh, he's using the main expansion. We saw it before in season 1, I think. But I remember it looking like a shrine. What? Oh, wow. Wow, only because of that, huh? Okay, it seems like... The curse is gone. But, yeah. Literally everything and everyone within that range would not survive. Oh. Oh. You're kidding. So yeah, that just slicing it wouldn't have been enough. Whoa. Um. I'm just thinking of all the people unrelated to this that would have been killed because of this. Shit. You just out again? Oh. Okay, for a second it looked like Yuji was back. Why? Oh, damn. Too bad for him. Oh, Sukuna took him there. Where is he going? Oh. If he was gonna switch, why did he... He wanted... Yo, that's cruel. Did he just come back here for Yuji to see this? Oh, yep, he's getting the memories from when Sukuna was in his body. Jesus. They're really gonna let us soak in all the destruction and the aftermath of this mass annihilation. Is Shibuya just completely gone? Whoa. Oh, okay. Another scene? Oh, Nanami. He was able to get up after Jogo burned him. But half of his body seems to be just, you know, beyond recovery. Golly. Man. This was another fantastic episode. Sorry, I'm trying to move my chair, but it's not moving. Yeah, it was one of those episodes where like I don't speak much. You just gotta soak everything in and just process what you're saying. Well, most of it was just, Sukuna versus Makora, but ooh, just the end of the episode was so heavy. Just I don't know if this is a time, Panda. And Kusakabe. Okay, yeah, man, even though, like, the last line usually says, something like, I gotta move, or I gotta keep going, otherwise I'll just be a murderer, but, like, obviously, he's not the one who did it. It's the other person that's living in his body. But, to Yuji, it doesn't feel like that. He can feel those memories as if he was the one, that was doing it. They're basically, from a first-person view. From a first-person perspective. And just, just witnessing those things firsthand would really mess him up. So, yeah, him reacting like that is totally warranted. Even if he hadn't been the one, you know. Even if this wasn't his body. Just looking at this and knowing what happened, I would still be like, yeah, shit. And the thing is, like, I don't think that Sukuna needed to make his domain expansion that big. He just did because, you know, he felt like flexing. But he sure as hell doesn't care about killing thousands and thousands of people. And we don't know the number yet, but, you know, regardless of the number, Sukuna would not spare a thought. So, yeah, here he's just being overly cruel. Because not just, you know, not just with what he did, but also he could have just let Yuji stay there and, you know, come back being next to Fushiguro, but instead he took him back here where he could see all the destruction up close. And that's just, I can't. But yeah, okay, Sukuna sees so much potential in Megumi that he'd actually, like, bother to actually defeat a cursed, I want to say, spirit. I don't think it's a cursed spirit. It's like, I don't know, I think he called it like a secret treasure. It's basically a shikigami. Yeah, Sukuna was, you know, willing to actually try and defeat it just to save Fushiguro so that he would continue on living. He's the only person that he'd go this length for. So that's, yeah. It's interesting that that's the only exception that he has to this rule. You know, that, you know, not lift a hand to help a human, unless it's that human is called Megumi Fushiguro. So, yeah. Like, I don't... this is definitely up there in Shibuya episodes. Shibuya incident episodes. But I don't know if it's, like, you know, top one. I would have to sit on it. I mean, just visually and, you know, from a directing standpoint, it might be top one, but, you know, from my feelings, I'm not sure. But, you know, I just know that the more the episodes keep going, I'll just say, you know, my top 5 favorite episodes of the arc when we're finished with it. But yeah. This was, this definitely feels like a game changer. And the last beat with Nanami walking by himself with those very, what look to be very mortal injuries is not boding well for next episode. And we still don't know what happened with Maki and the old man, so yeah. So, also just one little thing, but it seems like Fushiguro, at least from the flashback that we see, which we don't have any idea when it took place, but we can assume Fushiguro has had this ace up his sleeve for a while now. And I think there have been instances when he's tried to use it before. Wasn't he about to use it when, what was it? It was like episode 4? When he was fighting Sukuna himself. I think that's when Sukuna took first interest in him. So, okay. Yeah, that would feel, warranted, which is like, well, I'll die, but at least I'll take down Sukuna with me. Here, though, I don't know if it was worth it. I don't think it was. I don't think it was worth it. I think Fushiguro made the wrong decision. And I really want to see his reaction to all this. And how he deals with it. When he wakes up. Because, if he hadn't summoned Bakura, then Sukuna would have had to fight it. And then, everything else. Granted, that's obviously on Sukuna. For just not caring at all about human life. And not trying another method. But I do feel like Fushiguro is gonna blame himself at least a little bit. So yeah, if you enjoyed my reaction to this episode, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.